Guys. So sorry for no video. Yesterday, I guess, yeah, it'll be yesterday because I'll be uploading this video on the 15th. I just got into my new place, just got the internet and everything hooked in. So from now on, I'll be back to daily uploads and streaming. But other than that, that's not a lot to talk about there. I want to go over the patch notes that they just released on the 14th, which was yesterday. And sorry if I'm kind of like quiet or whatever. I kind of just woke up and started recording this video. But other than that, moving on. They fixed a lot of random issues. Most of these are pretty irrelevant. Fixed an issue where Lich's purple orb projectile cannot properly be blocked by shields. I don't know what this means. Um, yeah, I don't know if this means if you block it with a shield, will you take no damage at all, or something else, because I know how it's worked previously is the Lich Orb is just pure splash damage, so even if you block it with your shield, it doesn't actually block anything. Like, it explodes on your shield, but you still take the full damage because it's only splash. It'd be like if Fireball didn't have direct damage and was splash damage, so even if you block the Fireball, you still take the splash part of the damage, which is what all Lich Orb damage is. I don't know if this has changed now, but I know recently they made it so Lich Orb will go through walls, and people were like, "Oh my God, this is bugged." But no, that wasn't actually a bug. That was how it was always intended to be. You're supposed to block it with either apparently a shield or a skeleton. So I don't know. Maybe they changed it. Now I haven't done Lich sits, so I can't exactly say. Oh, excuse me. Um, Other than that, most of these issues are pretty irrelevant. They said they fixed. To fix an issue where enemies can be sometimes be spectated. This is a bug I've seen, but overall, other than that, not anything's particularly crazy here. Uh, yeah, none of these, none of these others are even remotely. Fix an issue where dungeon recovery items cannot be purchased from the Goblin merchants. Yeah, like that's a thing, I guess. And then other than that, whatever. So onto the real, and I say real changes here, quote unquote. Not So most of these changes are pretty irrelevant. Like I'm gonna go over them and just keep in mind, like, oh, you're gonna see a lot of things here, and mostly it's a lot of fucking nothing. So we have Barbarian's axe spec weapon damage bonus changed from 5 to 3. Bardiche is now both the polearm and the axe, but it displays only the polearm for now. It will be fixed. Bardiche's weapon damage has been significantly reduced. Okay, so if you don't know, recently, especially in HR trios, but even duos and solos, movement speed Barbarian has been a very, very big issue. If you don't know what movement speed Barbarian is, they've been wearing copper lights, Lightfoots, Cloak of Darkness, or Agi Cloak, or whatever, just full move speed, and they've been using pretty much only Bardiche. And with Rage, the Bardiche has basically no move speed penalty. And it has it because it has a super fucking high base damage. They didn't have to build any damage for it to do anything. Because, Bardiche, like a legendary one, was like 70 damage or something, or like something around there. So with the changes, they reduced the damage. However, they only reduced it by, I believe, about 3. So now you can use Axe Specialization for it. So the damage was reduced unless you have Axe Spec on, and then the damage is the exact same. And then in a little bit, you see they nerfed Copper Light as well from 1% to 0.5%. Like, yeah, like technically that nerfs it, but not by much. You're at most wearing 3 pieces of Copper Light, which is 1.5% move speed, which isn't even that much. If you wear Frostlight, then it's literally nothing because you don't care because not wearing Copper Light. And a lot of barbarians do wear Frostlight. They wear Frostlight, Riveted, Frostlight, Warden. So this nerf is only even gonna slightly affect the fucking poor barbarians that couldn't afford to run Frostlight. But like I said, the Bardiche thing is basically not even like a nerf. The weapon damage isn't even nerfed. They did nerf the movement speed, excuse me, on Bardiche from 40 to 45. That was a change. So that is, better. But overall, this, like, if I had to like give like a severity to this nerf in terms of how much it's actually going to affect barbarians, it's like a 5% nerf, right? It is. If they were playing barbarian before and they still like want to, this is like nothing's going to change about it in terms of how good it is. Like at most they lose like 3 move speed, right? Like 3 move speed, and then 5 if you count the move speed penalty. So it's like 3% total with your fucking weapon out. Overall, not really much of a nerf. The reason that it's so good is because the move speed isn't even like that important for fighting. Like it is a thing, but the reason it's so good is because you can sprint around the map really fast, almost in the exact same way Druid could, where no one can catch you if you want to run away, and you can get around really fast to third party teams. So you can just kind of sprint around and find where everybody is, and then you can sit there and wait for them to fight. And because, you're a barbarian, you have 190 HP, and you're fast, no one can kill you because you can just always run away from them. And then if you ever go in, because you're barbarian, you have really stupid base stats, you actually are really, really threatening because you're using a 70 damage weapon and you have 190 HP. If people are out of spells or lower on the HP, like they can't really do anything against you because at the end of the day you're still fucking three barbarians. And you can get these stats, like it literally costs like under 5,000 gold to get a 190 HP, 320 move speed with a fucking legendary Bardiche. It's not like expensive at all to get this level of gear on. And once you have this level of gear, like you can spend 3,000 gold on gear and kill somebody to 30,000 gold kit relatively easily. Like the only class that's even remotely threatening to you is a plate fighter, and the thing about Plate Fighter is they're slow, so they can't even like really do anything about you in a fight. They just kind of run around you and like come at you from all angles. Because like what's like even if a wizard has really high damage, what's a wizard gonna do? And he has two fucking barbarians on his ass, right? Like you just can't. Same with the cleric. Cleric can't do anything. Like you just die, and that's kind of been the case for every single character in this game, like I said, outside of Plate Fighter. And these nerfs don't really do anything at all to the barbarian. Like this build is still gonna be very, very good. I've already still seen people running it since this patch. Overall, I don't this like shit definitely needs to be nerfed more. Like I think nerfing the damage on Bardiche was good, but then you gave them access to using Axe Spec. So now they not only do they have Axe Spec with the Bardiche, but they also have Executioner. So overall, Bardiche is gonna do more fucking damage. So like yeah, all you really did was slightly nerf their move speed, but not even like in a like that much. They're still gonna be faster in basically every class in the game with Rage Pop. I mean, there's still move speed cap with Rage Pop. I mean, if they pull their Bardiche out, they're not. But at the end of the day, who the fuck cares? Because they're only gonna pull it out when they're running into you, and they're still fast as fuck. Sorry, excuse me. All right, moving on. Battle axe weapon damage been reduced. Move speed penalty reduced. Double axe weapon damage reduced. Move speed penalty reduced. And then, my bad. Felling axe move speed penalty reduced too. Okay, but then halberd's weapon damage has been significantly reduced. Halberd's movement speed penalty changed from 40 to 45. Now I don't know about you guys, but I have not seen. I mean, you don't even fucking see people use this fucking weapon, bro. And they damn sure don't have any success with it. Halberd fucking sucks. Why the fuck are they nerfing Halberd, man? This weapon is so bad. It was already arguably one of the worst weapons in the game. It had like the same. It had like the same base damage as it had slightly more base damage than Bardiche, but the downside was the sour spots were way fucking worse, and it's a fighter that uses it, fighter and warlock, as opposed to barbarian using it. It's the worst move set. Like, I literally no one uses halberd, and they just fucking nerfed it for what? Like, surely they did this in anticipation of buffing it later, like buffing the sour spots or something. I don't fucking know. But halberd is dog shit, and they just made it even worse. So that's cool, I guess. Like I literally, I never in a million years could have told you Halberd was getting nerfed this patch. Not, I don't know how this happened. But moving on. Wormald's weapon damage has been very slightly increased. Zweihander's weapon damage has been very slightly increased. Copperlight items, as I mentioned earlier, the mystery changed from 1% to 0.5%. Uh, Surgical kit usage time changed from 15, 13, 11, 9, 7 to 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. And these two right here don't matter because these literally aren't in the game. This is a good change, I think. Overall, I think for the purple surge kit, this is really good. Purple and blue because they're a lot longer. I think the downside to this now is like green to purple surge kits have very, very little time difference. I mean, it's literally a 13 to an 11 second. So like at the end of the day, like if you're probably just gonna grab a green surge kit. This right here made a very noticeable difference in the sense of like oh whenever I get a surge kit, I want to get a purple one because it's a 4 second difference as opposed to this only being two, and then from green to blue it's only one. But overall, I think this is a good change. I think surge kits definitely needed to be nerfed, and I think this is a pretty good spot. I think they could even go down a tiny bit more, but I think this is fine. Now you take damage even if you leave the boss room under the effects of Lich's curse. Uh, I think this is dumb. This just makes it harder to do it as a duo. Like is that because as a trio you don't fucking do this? You don't need to do this. But yeah, that's whatever, I guess. Added shadows to locations where falling rocks occur during the battle with the Cyclops. I think they did this so you don't have to jump it anymore. You have to, like, you just can't jump that small AoE around him, and then you just like walk around it. So you can step where the rocks don't fall. I assume, right? It's probably what it is. I haven't done it since. But yeah, that's probably what that is. Excuse me. Adjust the frequency of Froststorm sleep and flight patterns. Maybe now he doesn't like glitch the fuck out sometimes and just spam jump or spam fly. Uh, New matchmaking system implemented, random matchmaking system added. So I don't know if these are one and the same. I don't know what the new matchmaking system is. I know the random matchmaking system just allows you to like queue and have like you randomly fill with teammates, which is like whatever. Um, Fun for casuals overall, not really that big a change, or overall not that important, but fun for casuals, I guess. It's still not gonna get that many people into trios because you're gonna queue up and like I was thinking Plashy was playing earlier and like you queue up and like one of your teammates dies, they instantly leave, or your teammate just like gets you killed or kills you or something stupid like that, right? It's a bunch of random shit that's probably not really gonna be that crazy. Team killers can be reported with karma report. If reported as a team killer, they'll be blocked from matchmaking queues for a limited time. Um, this is cool. You know, I really hope I really hope they don't make this like if you get one team killer report, you instantly get blocked. I think that's really dumb because in that case, what happens is you can just have your teammates grief you, like you just queue up and they just like, they say they want to BM you, they just like report you for team killing. Well, I guess that you'd have to kill them, right? Obviously, to do that, but there are plenty of ways they can like get in front of you and like force you to kill them or things like that. Or like they attack you and then your only choice is like that's actually a really good one is like imagine they want to make you kill them and so they just attack you and their threat is either I kill you or you kill me and then when you kill them they just report you for team killing, right? Because I know they do not have a system that is complex enough to implement the fact that realize that see that they attacked you first. But yeah, that's definitely gonna cause some issues. The shop has been renewed. We will continue previous so players can find and access products more easily. It's like whatever. New motions, elegant recline, and blow kiss have been added. New skin, cool. Previous season request rewards, kind of an extra now available to purchase in the shop. So this is like frost skeleton and stuff. Pretty cool. So overall, mid as fuck patch. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The patch is like completely mid. Most of the balance changes are entirely irrelevant. The barb changes don't do a damn thing. Copper light changes don't do a damn thing. Surge kit change is good. This is good. I'll give it to you. This is a good change. And then like adding random matchmaking, a new matchmaking system, cool. But this doesn't really do much. Somehow we managed to get a halberd nerf before we nerfed wizard. Wizard is still literally the most dominant character in the entire game. It is completely broken. And takes zero skill or thought process to play the character correctly. But hey, thank God we nerfed halberd, right, guys? Yeah, I don't know about that. Um, I mean, I'm not like at this point. I'm not even surprised. This just feels like a normal Iron Mace patch. I don't really know what to expect anymore in terms of like what they're buffing or nerfing. It just doesn't make sense. No one uses fucking Halberd and they nerfed it. Everybody's playing Wizard and then they don't do a damn thing. Barbarian's like destroying the meta and then they basically don't even change it. They slightly nerf or they nerf the damage on Bardiche, but then they give you the ability to use Aspect with Bardiche, so it doesn't even matter. Like they just here we nerfed our damage, but all they really did was make you use a perk slot that like you don't really care about having to use axe spec. Like using this doesn't even make you feel bad because then it works for your horseman's axe, works for your frannies. Like, it's not even a downside. And Barbarian has like plenty of perks they can drop anyways. So it's really not that big a deal. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for me, boys. Thank you guys for watching the video, and like I said, I will be back to daily uploads. But other than that, yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.